Hi, my name is Dan Schmitt, and this is Team Chicago Challenge. We're in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. We're going to be looking at motorcycles and quads, and this is the Winterfest in Oshkosh. We're on Lake Winnebago, and they got an absolutely gorgeous track. Looks like global warming is not here. Maybe we're in nuclear winter or something like that, but it's not as warm as it was last week. It's around 10 degrees. It's a little chilly, but the sun is out. We're all pumped. We're all ready to go. So we have 125s all the way up to 750s. This group up here that runs the race in Oshkosh, and they also run the race in Neenah, they seem to have a big twins class. They got a bunch of Yamaha twins and Triumph twins, but I'm going to be riding the Rotax today. Dave's going to be riding the Team Chicago Yamaha, and we're going to have a great time. First race to get a chance to look at is 125A. Jumping out front, looks like Brad Flement from Wausau, Illinois. Then you got Ron and Brian Suzuki right behind them. It's like Mike Bertrain. 61 is Tim Long. Doesn't seem to be too many 125A riders. In fact, what's happened to the 125 class, because this used to be one of the most popular classes. But in this heat race, it was like Brad Clement from Wausworth, Illinois. He's going to go on and pick up the win. Now we're going to look at 125A motorcycle. Up front, Brad Ferment from Wadsworth, Illinois, and yet Ron and Brian's of Waukegan, Suzuki, I believe. Right behind them is Mike Berstrain on a Kawasaki. The battle continues from the heat race. Watch him go through 3 and 4. It's like Mike Bertram's trying to get the move, got some good traction, made the move on the inside. Brad Ferment, try and come back. Whoa, hold on, Brad. Oh, he's okay. To get back up. Next race to look at is one of the 250A heat races. This is the second one, I believe. Jumping up front, like Steve Champagne. Nope, he's in second. Number 6 is up front, gets Todd Bloom. This 258 class was full. A lot of great riders out there. Swing over to the lead. Moving on the outside now, looks like Steve Champagne. Is he gonna make it stick? Makes it stick as he gets around Todd Bloom. Third place is like Bill Moon, number 24. 25 is up there as we watch Steve Champagne going on to pick up the win in this second heat in the 250A class. Second place, Todd Bloom. Third place, Bill Moon. Fourth place, Dave Goering. Now we're going to take a look at the 250A class. These are the fast boys. Always hear a lousy motor there. Like someone fouled the plug off the line. Up front, it's like Steve Champagne, number 79. Number 98 is John Dillenberg. 2 Wisconsin riders. I think John Dillenberg's on a Yamaha. We watch Brad Ferment running third place. Down yet Ron and Brian Suzuki. Ron and Brian's of Waukegan. Todd Bloom, number 6, is trying to move in there. Moving up to the lead now, number 98 is John Dillenberg. Second place, Steve Champagne. John Dillenberg, I think he won the national championship last year or the year before. This boy really gets around on the ice track. Battle up front in the 250 class is absolutely fierce.
Going on to pick up the win, it was John Dillenberg. Steve Champagne was second. Todd Bloom finished third, and young Brad Ferment finished in fourth place.
Now we're going to look at the unstudded quad. This takes some real skill. 35 is up front. It's like Greg Shreve. Jay Vander Moss is out there. His brother Rod. Scott Seacock. So we had some motion in the last corner. Let's see if we can see who's leading now. 35 is still leading. That's Greg Shreve. Got a battle going on for second. Looks like Rob Vandermoss just moved into second. He's number 3, and he is the promoter of this event. Watch 39, that's Scott Seacroft. These are unstudded, but these guys get around this track pretty smartly. Still up front is Greg Sheave. Looks like Rob Vandermoss is on the move. On that Honda quad, 4-stroke. Like Rob Vandermoss is trying. Let's watch this now. It's like Rob's got the good drive, the good drive, the good drive. Now he's moving down on the inside. Got the good turn. Go drag racing to the flag. But picking up the win was Greg Sieve. Ron Vandermoss was second. I'm with Jay Vandermoss, and Jay runs one of the unstudded 4-wheel classes out here. So why don't you we watch the unstudded guys, and do you tractionize your tires? You do anything to the tires to make them, or are you allowed to do anything to the tires?
Well, we're allowed to cut them. So it's kind of an unwritten rule. We do cut them or sipe them. We'll put usually 2 or 3, 4 cuts across each knob. And it's about as time consuming as studding a tire.
Right. Right.
Trying to get a tire ready.
So it sort of opens it up a little more. Now, how does it work better? If there's fluff on the ice or on the smooth ice, what works better for you guys?
Well, in a real cold day like this, it's a slower. We'll be running real slow today compared to on a warmer day. If we get a little heavier fluff, you can go into the corners wide open and just pitch it into the cushion.
All right, so on a cold day though, you're going to be it's looking for traction.
Yeah, that's the main thing, and you lose a lot of time. If you get into a real slippery area, you can lose 20 bike lengths in a couple seconds.
Okay, so what is the trick here? Is it finesse into the corners? Is it trying to keep control where the engine is and knowing where the engine is and where the RPMs are? Yeah,
yes. On a day like today, you'll be shifting early. Playing with the throttle a lot. Sometimes only half throttle. You can go faster half throttle, instead of just getting full throttle on it. So today is really, these are the hard days to ride. When it's warm, 30 degrees, it's a lot easier because you can go pretty much where you want to go, and you got a lot of cushion out there.
Right. Next race we look at is the unstudded. Let's see how Jay does in the final. Jay's number 97. Let's see where he's at. Is that him up front? Could it be? He's in second place, 39. Scott Seacott is up front. Jay Vandermoss is in second place. His brother Rob Vandermoss in third place. Now we got 2 brothers battling down the front straightaway, number 97 and number 3. Add them together, and they're putting out 100%. Looks like Rob is now in second place. These guys seem to be having a great time out here in the unstudded class as they look for the fastest line through these corners. Going on to pick up the win was Rob Vandermoss. Scott Seacrop was second, and Jay Vandermoss was third. Next race we're going to look at is the Open Twins B class. Jumping out front, looks like one of them Yamaha twins, but wow, motoring by on a Triumph is Dan Lushin from Milwaukee. You better work on that trans, get that thing to shift a little better. Boy, he's really smoking out there. Number 20, Dan Lushin. He's out of Milwaukee. It's on that Triumph motorcycle. Let's see when he was in second place. Might be Ron Mack on a Yamaha, but Dan's really got this Triumph working. Looks like Ron Mack now is in second, but going on to pick up the win in his big twins class is Dan Lushin on the Triumph motorcycle. Now we're looking at the A Open Twins class. 750 power, 650. Jumping up front, my old friend, road racer, one of the fastest road racers in the country, Andy Fenwick. And he's got a monoshock Yamaha there. I don't know who put that together, 23. There's Tom Cutshaw. He's on a Yamaha, so we got two Yamahas there leading, first and second. These are either 650 engines, or they could be punched out to 750, but it looks like Andy Fenwick's got it. Tom Cutshaw was second. Third place like Jay Panett, and fourth place Gary Beck. And that's second. Now we're going to look at 250B. It's one of the heats. 41 is up front. Like Tom Lamplier. Second place is Brian Clement. Boy, I remember when he was just riding a little 65. He can barely hold one of these bikes up, but he's a hell of a good rider. But Dave Hendrickson. Dave Hendrickson's out there, and his brother. They're both in the same heat. Dave's having a great time out here at Oshkosh. Dave's trying to move up through the pack as we wait for his brother. His brother with his 250. Get that motor running crisp. When it comes in the wintertime, you got to go out in that cold weather to get the jetting. His jetting is still way off. That thing sounds sick. The other 250, check that. Looks like Paul Bertolilli is up front, number 79. He's here second place. 24 is Tim Palmer. Now we're going to get the 250 B class. Up front, number 79. It's like Paul Bertolini. Brian Ferment. This is the B class. Brian, the little brother Brian's now running in second place on that. Ryan and Brian Suzuki. Trying to get him on the inside. Number 41 is Tom Lampier. But walking away with it, number 79 is Paul Bertolini. As we look at Tom Hendrickson on his 250 Yamaha. Like I said, there's nothing like practice. What's he doing all the way out there? And picking up the win was Paul Bertolini. Next, we're going to take a look at 250A quads. Up front, looks like Barney Tanzanvik. Boy, look at this guy go. He's got this track dialed. Second place looks like number 5 is that Tim Doling. And for all the space these quads have on the front of them, it's always tough to read their numbers. But really, this track dial looks like Barney Tanzamvik. Going on to pick up the win. 50A quads. These boys really cook out there up front. Looks like Rob Vandermoss, but he just hit a cone on the inside. Moving up front, number 5 is Tim Doling. Rob Vandermoss looks like he was going to run away with it, but he got a little too far sideways and clipped that cone. In second place. Third place is like number 8. It's Steve Doring. Oh, he's got a brother in front of him and a brother behind him. I'm going to gang up on him, try to get around them. Still up front, Tim, Rob, and Steve Dorning. You guys are really flying out there. This is 250A class. This is for the cash. It's a big field, so the winner is going to pick up some money out of here. Still leading, Tim Dorning, Rob Vandermoss. Still second. Guys really flying out there. Still up front, Tim Dorning. He's on a, could be a Yamaha, no? Suzuki, Honda. But going on to pick up the win was Tim Dorning. Second place was Mark Brezak. Third place was Rob Vandermoss. Fourth place was Tom Hylock, and fifth place was Steve Dorning. Now we're looking at the senior class. They split this up. They were going to run just one senior class over 35, but they had so many riders, so this is from 35 to 40. And then they had a super senior class that was over 40. Now jumping up front, number 66. It's Bill Bradley. Second place looks like Tom Culshaw. Mark Hansen is in third. Mark, you got to keep it down. But running away with this race, it's like Bill Bradley. He's on a Honda. Second place on that 750 Yamaha is Tom Culshaw. Third place, Mark Hansen. This looks like, so we got a 2-stroke up front, then a 750 twin. In second place, Mark Hansen on a 600 single, running in third place. Now we're going to look at the senior class. This is the small senior class, 35 to 40. But it turned out to be one of the biggest classes if you combine it with the super senior. Got a battle going on for second place up front, number 66. It's Bill Bradley, but Tom Crenshaw and Dan Luncheon are battling. They're on twins. Got a Triumph battle on a Yamaha. In the meantime, Mark Hansen on that Cyclecraft Yamaha 600 single is in fourth place. Got the Yamaha on top. There's the Triumph. Here comes Mark. We get the Triumph. Mark makes the move on the inside as we swing to the other side of the track. Walking away with this race is Bill Bradley. So in one question, if this would have been combined, could have Bill Bradley have beaten me? Second place, Tom Cowshaw, and third place went to Mark Hansen on that Cyclecraft Yamaha. Fourth place was Jim Stevens. Fifth place, Tim Palmer. Seventh place, Gary Beck. As we take a look at the crowd that came out here to the Otto Street Fisheries. We're in Miller Bay, Oshkosh, and this is the Fox Valley Ice Racing Association AMA District 16. And with the zero weather, still a big crowd of people showed up, and everybody had a great time. Now we're going to look at the 600A class. These are the fast guys. Jumping up front. The local. That's Don Walbeezer. Don Walbeezer's in second place. He's on that Cyclecraft Yamaha. George Mack from Geo Trading on that Rotax. The bike I ride is back in about fifth place right now. He got a lousy start. Watch George working his way through traffic. Looks like he's battling for third. So he gets in that loose cush. Almost lose it. Come on, George, stay on the gas. I don't have the name of the leader at the moment, but Don Walbeezer on that Cyclecraft Yamaha. We got two Yamahas up front, 600 Yamahas, as George Mack tries to make his way through traffic. Now we're going to get the 600 class. These are the fast boys. Jumping up front, Don Walbeezer on that Cyclecraft 600 Yamaha. In Woodstock, Illinois, Don Walbeezer. Right behind him, George Mack. George Mack on that 4 and 6 prepared Rotax. He's from Wooddale, Illinois. Third place looks like Steve Sade. George drifts a little wide. Steve Stade moves in. Looks like he's on a KTM motocross bike, but that has got the 600 Rotax engine also. And it might be the twin cam water cooled. I didn't get a chance to look at it, but it's definitely a KTM with a Rotax engine, and he's trying to make the move on Donnie as you watch George Mack. George Mack trying to make the move, trying to catch up, charging through the pack. Let's watch George go through 3 and 4. Let's see if we can figure out why he's not catching that front. But that man in the KTM is almost catching Don Walbeezer on that Yamaha. So we got a Yamaha, KTM, and then a Rotax night frame. Battle for the lead. Here comes George Mack. Come on, George, stay on the inside. You might be able to pass him. Stay on the gas, George. You drop back a little bit there. But going on to pick up the win on that Cyclecraft Yamaha was Don Walbeezer. Steve Sade was second. George Mack Jr. was third on the 4 and 6 Rotax. And now the feature event, at least according to the show, Super Senior. Jumping out front, Kawasaki, Kevin Grafton, but that was shortly lived as I take the 4 and 6 prepared Rotax. But moving in the second right behind me is Rich Walbeezer and that Cyclecraft 250 Yamaha. but nobody's a match for this 4 and 6 prepared Rotax. Don Waldbieser did the tires. This bike worked. The battle for second shaped up. Number 8 moved in, Kevin Crafton. Rich Waldbieser's right behind them. Number 2. Rich Waldbieser's got some hook up there, trying to make the move. Run the nice smooth race out there. He's got a real fast 250 Yamaha that really accelerates. I told George Mack, this is George Mack's bike. Geo Trading. I said I would take it nice and easy on the engine, but I wasn't going to lose this race. I wanted to pick up the cash. Music for the show provided by Engine, Mike Preet's Travesty, and Intrigue. And all this music recorded at Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois.
I had a great time winning this event at Oshkosh. More information on Otto Street Fishing Club. Their website is theosfc.com, and you can check them out on Facebook, Otto Street Fishing Club. Contact me, it's teamdan45@gmail.com. I love to hear from my audience. Feel free to let me know what you think of this TV show. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action. And I encourage you to visit Jim Kirstein's World of Motorcycle Museum off Indiana 39. It's in Winamac, or it's 4 miles south of North Judson, Indiana. Give them a call at 574-896-3172 for more information. World of Motorcycle Museum in Winamac, Indiana. A great collection of motorcycles and a great trip. Thanks for tuning in. See ya!